18 months after Genji uprising ousted Sheikh Hasina regime from Bangladesh, we have seen an exile turning into frontrunner in the recently concluded Bangladeshi Prime Minister elections as such. We are talking about Tarique Rahman, whose story resembles a story from some thriller book. Once upon a time, he was arrested, convicted, and had to flee country. And he remained in United Kingdom for almost 17 years. He returned back, and now he has become a front runner and has taken a lead and is possibly on path of becoming the Prime Minister of Bangladesh. So if we try to understand this in more detail, why this issue is news, because it is believed by many scholars and experts all across the world that in the country, for the first time in over a decade maybe, we are going to see properly free and fair elections being held. We know that since August 2023, Bangladesh was being run by an interim government that was led by Chief Advisor Muhammad Yunus, and now he has decided to finally conduct the elections. And this is coming in the background of that, where the largest party we can say of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina led Awami League, it has been disbanded from contesting election. Sheikh Hasina herself had to flee the country. Currently, she is living in India. And in this election, because Bangladesh we know is a country of very high population density, about 127 million eligible voters would vote, and they will elect candidate for 350 seats in the Jatiya Sansad. Jatiya Sansad can be considered as equivalent to Lok Sabha in India as such. So, in this context, the political battle that we have seen brewing up in the Bangladesh, that is largely between two contestants. One is the Bangladeshi Nationalist Party, that is led by Tarique Rahman, and second is Jamaat-e-Islami Alliance, which itself is an alliance of about 11 different parties as such. It is in this alliance also you'll find NCP, that is the party that came into forefront after it was the youth-led party that led to the ouster of Sheikh Hasina. Election is being seen as a reset movement as far as the Bangladeshi politics is concerned, because from last 18 to 19 months we have seen a lot of we can say this discontentment among the population of Bangladesh. We have seen a lot of internal we can say strife taking place between different communities of Bangladesh as such. So it has high domestic as well as international scrutiny as well. Especially for India, election is going to play a very important role, because the parties who will come into power, they are the one now who will decide what kind of relation, bilateral relation they want to keep with India, whether they want to strengthen the relation, whether they want to keep Bangladesh away from the orbit of India. And as we have seen in the last couple of months, the interim government has tried hard to put Bangladesh back into the orbit of Pakistan and China as such. So that is why very consequential elections we can say. Key contender we have discussed Tarique Rahman. As far as the experts of the Bangladeshi politics is concerned, they have stated that he has advantage, because if you talk about BNP, in the entire history of Bangladesh, you have two major political parties after the independence. That is obviously 1971. One was Awami League, led by we can call as Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and then after his daughter Khalida Jia, and after her daughter Sheikh Hasina, and then second party was BNP, that was established by Ziaur Rahman. Then it was led by his wife Khalida Jia, and now Khalida Jia died just few weeks back, and then now it is being led by Tarique Rahman. So organizationally very strong and front runner in polls. The opposition party, that is Jamaat led by 11 party alliance including National Citizen Party, they obviously have come we can say after a long phase of dormancy. It was found by student leader of 2024 anti-Hasina movement, and the question is over national reach, because many experts argue that they obviously many of the candidates of this party and alliances are very popular, but as far as the national reach is concerned, it is still very limited. Organizationally they are very weak, and that is why obvious advantage goes to Tarique Rahman. If we try to look at the backstory of Tarique Rahman, he is son of Ziaur Rahman and Khalida Jia, as we have discussed before. He studied international relations in the Bangladesh, the most famous University of Dhaka. He also had business background. He has worked in the sectors such as textiles and agro product, and he played a very active political role when Khalida Jia was Prime Minister of Bangladesh somewhere between 2001 to 2006 as such. Many people still refer him as a dark prince, remembering the 2000 to 2006 era, where many experts argued that actual Bangladesh was being run not by Khalida Jia but by her son Tarique Rahman from what is called as his official residence called as Hawa Bhavan, as you can see from here. So he was accused of running shadow prime minister's office, and he has reputation of a powerful person who is operating everything from behind the scene. He is the one who is deciding most of the major government decisions as such, and he was the one who is pulling all the strings. So he became controversial political personality because of this kind of approach. Now, in 2007, when Sheikh Hasina government came into power, he was arrested by the caretaker government. For 17 months, he was jailed on the charges of corruption, convicted in absentia in multiple cases, and then he had to flee for United Kingdom 2008. The ground on which he was able to flee was medical ground. He said that he needed medical help that is only available in United Kingdom as such. Then he returned back in December 2025 after 17 years. His return also can be understood from the fact that Sheikh Hasina regime collapsed. Sheikh Hasina herself was out of power and was taking refuge in India. So in that case, there was no major threat for him to return back as such. There was leadership emotional movement also we have seen, because massive public welcome was given to him when he returned back to his country. And this also come at a time when Khalida Jia passed away just 5 days after he come back. So he also have sympathy votes. For example, many of the traditional supporters of Bangladesh National parties who have supported Khalida Jia in real time, obviously they would want to now see Tarique Rahman becoming the next Prime Minister and torch bearer of Bangladesh Nationalist Party. Rahman has assumed chairmanship after death of his mother. He at the same time has emphasized, because after the ouster of Sheikh Hasina regime, we have seen internal strife deepening, internal division, or we can say internal fault lines deepening in Bangladesh, where communal violence also has been on rise as such. It is in this context he has emphasized that if he becomes the Prime Minister of Bangladesh, he will be involved in inclusive politics, where all the citizens of Bangladesh, no matter which background, which religion they come from, will be given voice, and also he will continue the legacy and policies of his mother and father as such. Election promises he, however, has made are something that is, we can say, very tall promises. In simple way, you can say improving of healthcare system is his main agenda, on which he had asked people to come out and vote for him. Infrastructure development such as flyovers in the areas of Dhaka, embankment along the rivers where flooding has become a continuous or frequent issues as such. IT education institutions he has promised for youth population who will be able to generate employment, who will be able to get employment by having proper skills. And at the same time, he has said that he promises to make Bangladesh a $1 trillion economy by the year 2034. Not only that, he will also provide 10 million jobs in the next 5 years as such. And as far as the foreign policy is concerned, he do not want to see Bangladesh drifting or remain in orbit of any major power. He has taken the approach where Bangladesh will be running its international relations or diplomatic policies on the basis of strategic autonomy. That means he would focus on the on furthering such interests which are beneficial, which is beneficial for the Bangladeshi citizens as such. Challenges and criticism, if you look at here, many of the people still do not trust him. Many alleges that he still is Khamba Tariq. Now, what is Khamba Tariq? Khamba basically, is a Hindi word for pillars or poles. So, during his tenure as Dark Prince, that means when his mother was ruling Bangladesh, it was alleged that he was involved in a big scam, we can say. During this scam, he purchased a large number of electrical poles from one of the friends at inflated prices, but these electrical poles only existed and purchase were done on paper. These electrical poles were never connected with any power grid as such. So that was the scam. That is why he is referred sometimes also as Khamba Tariq. He has been absent for 17 years from Bangladesh. 17 years he had permanently lived in United Kingdom as such. So many of the youth voters, they have questioned his grassroots connect. They have stated that if a person has returned back after so many years, he would have lost touch with the ground reality of Bangladesh. How would he know what is good and what is bad for Bangladesh? What are the problems people of Bangladesh are facing? So that is the first biggest question. Second is also concerns have been raised over welfare scheme funding, because he has said that he will give unemployment allowances to people. There will be family card, and people will get money on the basis of this family card. So promises, as far as promises is concerned, it is good promise. But the problem is many experts suggest that it is not economically possible for countries such as Bangladesh, which is a developing country. It does not have that much money or resources. And even if somehow Bangladesh government is able to provide unemployment allowances, the fear is it will lead to decline in productivity, because people would become dependent on the government as such rather than working, we can say working. So that's the biggest issue. Electoral outlook, however, suggests that despite all these disadvantages and criticism, he definitely has an edge. BNP as a party itself has an edge. The reason is because weak opposition. Jamaat-led alliance lacks broad national appeal. No one have experienced that how they will run the country. On the other hand, they have some expectation, hope, and understanding as far as the BNP is concerned, because for many years, Khalida Zia has remained president, prime minister of Bangladesh as such. NCP, as we talk about, they definitely have appeal among the youth voters, but what do they lack is the organizational structure. They are a very new party. They still have to learn the ropes of politics, how everything is being done. So that's why Rahman at the same time has been projecting statesman like image. He is trying to shed his brash image, brazen image that he has developed in the early years, and that is why election outcome might be in favor. But again, unless and until results finally come out in Bangladesh, the who will become prime minister, that question will still remain uncertain to some extent. That's all for this particular video. If you like the video, please hit the like button, share it with your friends, as well as subscribe to the channel for more such content. Thank you very much.